Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky 194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop in and visit and check out my video. And we're here at IMOLA, and I had a request if I had a setup here for the Lexus RCF here, and I didn't. I had one roughed in, but I guess I never finished it. I get a lot of those going on where I get something I want to just start to see if what I can get out of it, and then something comes up, or I get distracted and getting ready for a race or doing whatever, and then I don't ever come back. So, but anyway, I had one kind of roughed in, but it was just roughed in, so I had to do a lot of finishing work and get go through the balance some more and things like that. And then this is here is a lap with the basically testing like a pit stop like I do normally. My original fuel load was 80 liters, so now I have 41, like I would in a pit stop, like halfway through. And of course, it on the Lexus, basically, it just changes the rear. It comes up like one, and then it'll come up one more near the end of the fuel load. So from 80 liters. So basically, the front stays the same, but the rear comes up a little bit. So again, I just wanted to test it with that fuel load and a little bit more brake bias also, because usually at least I do, I change the brake bias a little bit more aggressive during after a few laps. And then of course when you do a pit stop, most of the time I don't put it back unless it really needs it. So of course you leave it in there like that also, just to see what it does, because sometimes it might be too much. So just checking it. Of course, it's kind of a little bit inconsistent just because of me, and I wasn't blamed on the car. It was just me, so I don't drive the Lexus a lot. Getting better with it though, so I'm definitely figuring more out with it, especially the rear end of the car, which I've never, now I'm just finally getting some things where I kind of getting it to feel like I want it to feel. Good speed, 165. That's really good speed down the straightaway. Again, takes the bumps decent. Not the greatest, but I think above average. And you don't want to just run right over the middle of them, but hitting them like normal is no problem. Here, basically want to get on the gas as soon as you can. And then here, just be careful. It's pretty solid, but don't get in too deep. Might just leave it in second. And it goes over the chicane here, really nice. And look at that, it doesn't even, wow. Really good over that. Could have done better these last couple corners. I was running a little wide. Of course, this is well into the stint. As a 142.45. Again, that's my fast lap. Not bad for me, really. And I had a couple other 142.5 and I think a 142.7, and usually I was running with a heavier fuel load. I was running high 42s. So again, it picked up a little bit, which is I kind of like it to do that. So let's go ahead and go over the setup. And of course the track, you see the track temperature. I did like 30-something laps, so it's 25. The track and the air. So again, nothing like super cold or anything. So let's go over the setup. Got 26.4 left side, left front and rear, and 25.8 right front and right rear. The toe's negative 0.1 with the camber at negative 3.4 and the caster at 11.1. The toe on the rear is 0.05 with the camber at negative 2.8. Electronics, I had it at 3 and 3. I tried at 2 and 3, and the rear end wants to spin the tires up too much, so you lose time. You can go to 4 if maybe the track conditions aren't optimum, if they got fast or whatever. I don't think it hurt it really that much. So either 3 or 4, whatever you would like. Fuel, of course, 80 liters, but I mean, like I said, on that run, I just had like 41. Tire wear is great. I mean, just I couldn't get it any better than this. I mean, on anything, it's no graining, no nothing on any of the times, any of the tires that I was using. And the wear is perfect. Either it's even or a teeny bit to the rear. So I mean, it don't get any better than that. Mechanical, got 6 on the anti-roll bar. Again, I start off with 59 on the brake bias, and that go down to 58. The steering ratio is 15. And again, that's kind of odd for me, but I have to do that because the car reacts so fast. So trying to get some little bit more linear and a little bit more easy to control. So basically, you just add a little bit more steering ratio to it. Springs all the way around are 154,000. I did try the one step up just to try it, and it's too stiff. But anyway, I think this is a really good setup as far as the performance and going over the sausages and stuff. The bump stop rate is 500 on the front with a 5 bump stop range, and the bump stop rate is 600 on the rear with a 20 bump stop range. Anti-roll bar is 3, and the preload on the diff is 90. The shocks on the front are 9, 4, 29, and 10. And on the rear, they're 6, 1, 17, and 4. And again, I made some adjustments, and we'll take a look since I had a few requests for it. So we'll go ahead and take a look. And there's the graph. Again, I made some adjustments because on the rear, it had too much rebound. So basically, I knocked that down on both sides. It was even on both. Really, each side was the same, so it was pretty easy to adjust. Pretty much, I mean, it wasn't like one side was a lot different than the other. So I basically adjusted that and just a few little tweaks here and there. I just took like one click out of the bump on the front because it was just a tick high. So just a couple small little adjustments here and there. But this place has got such big sausages that you get the graphs get kind of extreme going up and down and things like that. So, but that's kind of typical with IMOLA. But I'll go from there. But other than that, they were okay. Lot of adjustments over what it was. Aero got 52 in the front, 67 in the rear with a 12 wing and a 3 in the brake ducts, and the front aero variation is a negative 2.0. So again, I tried some different combinations with ride height. A lot of different balances. Changed, the ride heights front, rear, changed the wing, did all kinds of stuff. But I found this has the best. And, as far as drivability, and you can still attack the corners, it's got really good balance. I tried to go with less wing, but it wasn't worth it. It just made the car too nervous, especially down in that bowl area. Going down in the bowl and all that. And you really got to, kind of get the car to rotate, and it's just a real easy way to lose it right there. So it just didn't work right. And so basically, and it kind of hurt it on the brakes also. So I just left it at 12, and that's the best I could find it. And again, I did a lot of changes on the ride heights to get the balance the way I wanted it to. But for me, again, I think it's a decent time. And like I said, it was running higher 42s with a heavier fuel, heavy fuel load. So again, for me, that's decent. And again, temperatures mid-20s. So I think it's a good base setup and something good for racing that you can attack and not be really easy to drive. It really, for the Lexus, probably the easiest I've ever had as far as driving at any track. I mean, sometimes a Lexus really, for me, has been I can't get the rear the way I want it, and I can't get it to, just to feel the way a more of a neutral feel. And I really like the way this feels. This is really, it's probably the best I've had the Lexus that I can think of off the top of my head at any track. It feels really good and has that race feeling where that you can be aggressive when you need to be, and the wear is perfect, and everything is just really about as good as I can get it as far as up to this point. So again, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it, and any comment or feedback would be appreciated. And if you try it, or if you like, if you got something good or bad about it. Hopefully it's good, but I understand it's not for everybody, and but I sure hope it works for most people. And again, like and subscribe would be great. I hope it stays that way. I saw we just broke 5,000 subscribers, so for me, that's a really special milestone. But of course, we could go back the other way. I mean, sometimes it does do that. To be honest with you, I will take a look right now. No, we're actually 5,001. So that's a good thing. So again, thank you so much to everybody for your support, and thank you so much for the subs. That's a huge again milestone for me. This little teeny channel, it's just me doing what I do. That I again for a part-time thing, just having fun, and hopefully you all enjoy it too, and enjoy the setups, enjoy the races, which I hope more will be coming. And I hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.